welcome to another edition of the Extreme Super Ultra Review.
Woo!
How are you, Mr. Foehamner?
I am just peachy. I'm predictable too, apparently.
So today, the review will be coming from me. I played Galak-Z. So I
What
heard
kind of game is that?
Okay, so it's a deep space 2D dogfighting game. So it's level based, it's stage based. It does it sort of like a cartoon series. So there's like 5 seasons, and each season has 5 episodes or chapters. Technically, they're missions. So each mission is a randomly generated, non-linear open world-ish level. So you can fly around, see what upgrades there are, see what enemies you can fight to grab scraps. So scraps are basically a currency
For upgrades?
For upgrades that you can buy at the shop. He's like a black market dealer that you help rescue in the first couple of missions.
Okay.
So in between missions you can buy stuff after that. So it's a roguelite arcade action indie space game. It's very Macross. If you watch Macross, it's pretty much Macross the game.
Cool.
So it's I really like Macross. I used to play the old 2D Macross, and this one brings back a lot of the memories. And the guys that created this is called 7-Bit. They were the ones that made Skulls of the Shogun. Have you heard of that game?
I'm pretty dang sure I've heard of that game.
Yeah, so Galak-Z was released on the PlayStation 4 on the PSN first. And I heard that they were going to release it on the PC after that. So it just got released 29th of October. So I was super excited when I believe I heard it on one of the gaming podcasts I listened to. Either Super Best Friends Cast or Co-optional. So
probably co-optional. I mean, I saw them at PAX, so Super Best Friends might have as well seen them at PAX. I don't know.
So I think the first thing that I like to say about the game is really good looking. It's really Saturday morning cartoon, cel shaded, a bit anime-ish kind of characters. Actually, not a bit. It's very anime-ish. It gives me a bit of a brighter Cowboy Bebop feel, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's really nice to look at. So there will be like on the bottom left, you can see your pilot's face and reactions whenever you do something. So when you shoot, it has a certain reaction. When you boost, it has a certain reaction. So that's I like that. I like that small little details they put in.
Yeah. Like the grimace when you take damage and whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty difficult. The game is pretty difficult. It's a roguelite, so whenever you die during the mission, you don't come back. You have to start the mission again.
Okay, but but prior progress is saved. Okay.
You have your credits.
So you have your same upgrades?
You just have to buy them again. So let's say you have 1,000 credits or scraps, and let's say you buy a couple of upgrades that cost you 800 credits. When you die, you get back your credits that you can rebuy, but you lose any upgrades that you find during the mission that you failed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is gear the only progression, or is there some sort of like level up skill talent thing?
No level up skill talent thing.
Okay, so it's gear.
Yeah. So which I was a bit disappointed. Yeah, I like my leveling up systems, but the gear has like 5 different categories. So like muzzle, the laser, the oh man, what is there's 5 basically that you can upgrade differently.
5 different slots basically.
Pretty much. So there's one like you can change the type of ammo. So either it just shoots straight on ammo, or just it spreads, or ammo that becomes bigger, those kind of things.
So the game, you transform between a ship and a mecha, right?
Oh yeah, that's definitely the biggest mechanic about it. Yeah, I forgot to mention that for some reason.
Do things that affect your gun affect how your mecha behaves?
Only in terms of like shields and maybe speed.
Okay, but
Because-
not like attack type.
Yeah, because as a mech you use a sword, a laser sword
Okay.
as a mecha.
Nothing can change that.
No, and
Got it.
you can. There's a grappling hook mechanic if you change it to the mecha, which really helps in battles, because you can grappling hook stuff like floating crates, which can block enemy fire, and you can also throw the crates. So there are explosives that you can grab and throw, but you can also grab the enemies themselves. So really small enemies that will be pretty annoying to fight as a ship can be easily disposed of as a mecha, because you just grab them and then you can start kicking them
I
as
see.
you grab them. So it makes it a bit easier, but the game itself is quite punishing. The enemies tend to be quite difficult at times. There are mechas that are much bigger than you, and that one is very difficult to grapple hook. So like the duration of the hook doesn't stay too long compared to if you hook a small ship.
I see. Do enemies have like vulnerable spots, or can you blow off bits of them?
No, not really. It's just
Okay.
one thing, and then trying to get rid of their shields and then damage their HP.
Got it.
So the shields can be recharged. Your shields also can be recharged. So when you see their shields are down, you need to take the advantage.
Yeah.
If you keep running away when their shields are down and then their shields come back up, it's pretty annoying.
Sure, totally.
So the one thing I didn't really like was your progression resets after each season. So season 1, 5 missions, I've done that. I had all my upgrades, and then when I started season 2, I'm like, where the fuck are all my upgrades?
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, it resets. So, but you get back, you get like there's this coin thing, like a secondary currency. So you collect them throughout the season. At the end of this and the start of the next season, each coin will give you like 250 credits to start off the season with.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's okay, I guess. But I had trouble a bit because like when I finish the mission and I have like maybe 2 out of 4 health left, you don't heal, by the way, after each mission.
Oh, you gotta buy?
You have to
health
buy
then?
health. And
Nice.
the annoying thing is sometimes the health isn't in the shop.
It's just randomized what's in the shop?
I guess so. The thing is,
Oh,
it was
jeez.
just that one particular mission, and I had to redo that mission a few times because I only had 1 health going into the mission and I couldn't buy any.
That makes sense, yeah.
But the
Huh.
next mission and the subsequent missions after that always had health. But I believe if you buy health, you can only buy 1, and then they'll be out of stock, and then you have to finish the mission and come back. Sometimes
Okay.
sometimes you'll find the guy with the shop in the middle of the level itself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool, I guess. But if he's in the middle, he's not gonna be at the end?
Oh no, he is. He's sort of
Okay,
like
okay.
in your base.
He can also be there. Got it.
Yeah, he you have to go through like the shop interface before you start the mission.
Okay.
So I guess the next biggest thing is the movement in the game. So movement is the biggest way to stay alive.
Makes sense. Is it bullet hell-ish?
Not really bullet hell-ish. If the game is bullet hell, I don't think anybody can play it. It's too difficult. So it's not really bullet
Okay.
hell-ish because the movement is... If you played games like Love Rousers
Yeah.
or games like... I believe Ring Runner has a similar kind of movement. Have you heard of Ring Runner?
Don't think I have.
Ring Runner is quite similar. Ring Runner is like a 2D action space dogfighting RPG game.
Okay.
So it's
So
quite
it's a
similar
bit
to this.
more like yeah, because I guess you have more freedom to move. You have to
Yeah.
worry about things like kiting and positioning.
so-
That's just dodging.
Yeah, so like the shoulder buttons is for throttle, and then you have to move your ship with, let's say, the left analog stick, and then you have to choose which direction to accelerate to. So there's an accelerate
Oh,
forward button,
whoa.
there's a reverse button, and there's strafing.
Oh, that's very cool, and yeah, it sounds not
It sounds
the
yeah.
easiest to immediately pick up and play. You gotta get used to it. It seems like.
Oh yeah. And there's also, as a ship, there's also a button where you sort of like you do sort of something like a barrel roll, So the ship will barrel roll towards the foreground. So it gives like a 1 second invincibility kind of a thing.
Nice.
So, but that was only as a ship. So being a mech has its pros and cons pretty much. So the movement I'm still getting a hang of, because sometimes when there's a lot of enemies, and I tend to not say panic, but my brain and my fingers don't work well to get together sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'll be holding the controller and I'll be needing to boost either reverse, strafe or something, and then I'll be holding the shoot button. For some reason I'll let go of the shoot button, and then I'll just concentrate on moving without shooting anything, and then their shields come back up, and then I'm like, fuck, I have to do this again. So if you see big groups, sometimes the best strategy would be change it to a mech, grab one of them, run away, to split them up a bit.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
So
do the mech and the ship move differently, or is it the same movement control?
same.
Okay.
It just doesn't have the dodge barrel roll skill.
Got it.
I'm not sure if it's slow as the mech. Usually games like this, they make you move slower as a mech, but
Seems like it.
yeah, like maybe not slower, maybe boost slower, but you're able to turn around faster, kind of a thing, right? But I still haven't noticed that in this game.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can only change into a mech after season 1. So season 1, you sort of like flying with the ship, and then you found out, hey, this ship is actually an experimental project, and then it becomes a mech at the beginning of season 2. So you have to go through an hour of gameplay before that mech thing shows up, which is a bit annoying, I guess. A major mechanic like that, but I guess it's very Saturday morning cartoonish, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. I highly recommend it actually, and it's about $20. It is $20 on Steam. There is 2 difficulty, arcade and rogue. So you can't actually change like normal, hard or easy, which also makes it difficult. But arcade means there's a checkpoint between each mission, while rogue is checkpoints between each season.
I see.
So yeah. So those are the only way to control difficulty. Other than that, if you suck at this kind of games, you'll be sorely disappointed not being able to change the difficulties, because it's a very cool game. And I think a lot of people might have problems.
So you'd recommend it?
Oh yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Though?
If you like space action games, if you like 2D if you like dogfighting games, if you like Macross, if you like Gundam, mech anime.
Yeah, the game definitely seems to have a lot of like character and personality to it.
Definitely, yeah. I like the voice acting a lot.
Oh, good.
The music is hit and miss. Some of the music is pretty good. Some of them I don't really like. But it's not a game-breaking thing. Yeah. So good looking game, good voice acting, great gameplay mechanic, very deep, but fucking difficult. So if you like anime mechs, Macross, Gundam, 2D dogfighting games, if you like being punished, if you like roguelites, I would say get it. So yeah, $20 on Steam. So yeah, that's all for the this episode of the Extreme Super Ultra review of Galak-Z. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.
Bye.